Hi, my name is Marianne Laney. I'm the professor for Child Development 107. This is fall semester 2022. This is our Tuesday section that is face-to-face hybrid, except for today, first week, we're doing Zoom lecture, which also makes it better because if I'm standing in class, we don't have to wait to record me and standing in front of class and then posting it. So now this first day and all the policies, procedures, Canvas, and syllabus will be available for you guys anytime throughout the semester. I will have this video ready to go posted today. Yeah, so really excited to get started. What I'd like to do is start off with sharing the screen. Now, even before the pandemic, a lot of us transitioned to teaching online, and that is no exception for me. I've been online certified teaching certificate since 2013. It's about 10 years. And that was in a different platform. And then we moved to Canvas. I was one of the early adopters in 2014. And then in 2018, I started here at Santiago Canyon. I am one of the very few tenure track faculty. There's only 2 in our department. Excuse me, not tenure track. I received my tenure this last summer. That means I was on probation for 4 years to make sure that I was the right person for this job. So I essentially have a 4-year sort of a degree to make sure that I'm the right people for this, right person for this. So looks like we have more people coming in. Let me let everybody in, and then I will take off the, what's it called? The restrictions. It's no waiting room, yay. So it looks like everybody's coming in, yay. All right, we got Brian and Jaden coming in. All right, welcome, Brian and Jaden. We just barely got started. I'm recording, and we're gonna walk through everything. Cool? All right. If you have any questions at any time, I see somebody in the chat. Where will I post this? I will show you exactly where I'll post it. We have this week, all you guys are gonna be focused on is one module. That's it. And it's a prep module. There's no book readings. There's no assignments like that. There's no book stuff. All that starts next week. And I'll show you exactly where. So this is my dashboard. I hope you guys can all see it. So my Monday section is here, and then I give you guys like this teal color, which I really like. So our section is 16476. This is the Tuesday section. Again, from here on out, we will be meeting on Tuesdays, face-to-face in U99. We're up at the top side of the campus. We're at the highest peak of the campus. We're near the Hawks Perch, and we're kind of near the Student Union, way up past the A building. So we're in the mobile, the trailers, whatnot, but my classroom's got all kinds of fun stuff. So it'll be good, let's see. So this is what our Canvas looks like. The first thing you're gonna see up at the top is announcements. There is an announcement tab, so you can read in there, but I allow for like 3 announcements to show up on the home page. So a lot of times people say, well, I didn't get your email. I didn't get your announcement. It's right here on the home page. If you're doing your whole class on a cell phone, that's neither here nor there, but it'll still show you. That's what I'm saying. I try to do different things that make things easier and obvious so nobody misses it. Or if you look at it this way in a positive, everybody has access to the same information. Okay. Forgive me, I'm gonna take some cough drops while we're sitting here. So our first message here is welcome to class. Okay. I apologize. This got like crossed in the ether. I will edit this right now. It's our class meets on Tuesday only. Tuesday, August 23rd. Yeah, excellent. All right, so Tuesday, I'm sorry, excuse me, Grammarly. I'll put the comma from, always use Grammarly, even though it's gonna be a little annoying. It's great, even helps the professors. So again, Zoom today, next week, face-to-face. Now, if I've had a lot of people on Monday section say, oh, but I have another class at the same time. Well, the computer wasn't supposed to do that, so I know there's something up. So if you are in the Monday section, you happen to be here, I can put you in the Tuesday section, but either way, you're gonna get the same lectures at the same time, the same assignments at the same time, the same grading. So whatever works, I can grade. You can attend Tuesday and I can grade you on Monday. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so again, we have a syllabus tab over here. We're gonna get to that next. It's gonna show us everything that we need for the class for the whole semester. All right, no worries. Again, to this week, you're just gonna focus on getting ready. I don't even allow you to see more than just the book. And that's just for you to peek around. I don't assign anything from the book. Nothing, 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 nothing. So I just show you the book so you can see it and get comfortable with it. It's 100% online and it's free. People are like, show me the book. What do you mean? Yeah, you don't have to buy a book for this class. It's 100% online and it's free. That is our goal here in child development, to make all of our core classes, we have 8 core classes, to be OER, which is open educational resources, meaning it's free. It's been compiled by a bunch of experts who were willing to share the information without getting paid. Yeah, which is great. So it gives you guys less reason to stress about books. So excuse me, gonna take some cough drops and some orange juice. Yay. Oh man, that gets a spot. All right. So this week you're only going to, and I'm going to go over every single one of these. I'm just giving you an overview, just the umbrella view right now. So this week you're going to do an introduction discussion board. Most professors do that. I think we're sort of required to do something like that. But guess what? I make it kind of fun. So you get to post some pictures of yourself, which is great. Then you post that by Wednesday. So you get started, get that posted by tomorrow night by 8. And then the rest of the replies to your friends are due by Sunday. So everything in my class is due. If it's an assignment, it's due by 8 o'clock. Usually everything due by Sundays. Then we have a scavenger hunt based on the syllabus, based on the Canvas, based on resources on campus. And then this Are You Really Ready survey. It's more like a checklist for you. Did you get all this stuff done? And the last is the secret to your success. There is a like a report talking about your learning styles, your personality, things like that. You're going to do that and you're going to hold on to it and bring it to class next week. Yeah, really excited. So I know that people weren't able to hit reply right away, but I fixed that. It was in the settings, the global settings. So that has been updated and now you guys can see that. Okay, good. All right, so down here, so just so you know the words I'm using, this blue panel on the side is called the global navigation panel. I'm just using Canvas terms, so we all use the same terms. And then this white one with all the blue hyperlinks, that is our course navigation panel. So when I say you can access the help menu on the global navigation panel, you know it's way over here. It's right there. And if I say, all you have to do is click on your grades in the course navigation panel, it's here, right? Make sense? I think most of you got this, but again, if you're new to Canvas, reach out, ask me. I am a Canvas ambassador for the campus. So again, I'm not perfect in Canvas, but I do have a lot of stuff dialed in. Plus having a really good attitude about technology helps. I believe that this computer is a tool for my use, not the other way around. It's not sentient yet. It's not Siri. She doesn't get to tell me what to do. I tell it. That might change in the future, but for now, I'm the boss. Yeah. Now, the boss gets it wrong every once in a while, as obvious because the wrong date was on there. But just if that's the case, if you find a typo, a wrong date, a wrong points, whatever, it doesn't match, let me know. I want to fix it. I have a touch of the OCD, so I like to make things real clean. Okay. So syllabus tab. Every class is going to have a syllabus. Every syllabus is a little bit different, but there's pieces of it that are similar. So you can have your regular version of it. In fact, I'm going to download it and print it right now. Right. So again, I like making 107 green. That's just how I see this class. It's like green and growing, right? So for here, I would just download it. And then I just put everything on my desktop and file it off later. And then I can print. I'm just going to crank it out right here. So I like to have it. This is my Monday one. I like to have a version of it in my hand. You don't have to do that, but I know for me, I will go through and check off the calendar and make sure it's lined up. I'm pretty sure I got that all figured out before the class started, but oh, of course, I'm out of paper. So we can talk about the syllabus from here. So again, I'm going to go back. We are in the syllabus tab right here. And I clicked on this hyperlink. I downloaded it so I can print it. I just don't have paper in there right now. But all the same thing that we're going to go over the syllabus is all right here. It's in 2 different places. It's actually 3 different. So you can print it out. It's in here, but all this stuff matches up with all the rest of the policies throughout. Oh, cool. So let's go back to the actual syllabus. All right, good. So every syllabus is going to have a mission statement. I don't feel the need to read at you and to you, but you're going to see this on every syllabus in some way. Our course information, we have a 16-week course. Every 16-week course typically meets for 3 hours a week. That's why this class is hybrid. We're not meeting for 3 hours a week. We're only meeting for 90 minutes. So I took the 3 hours, cut it in half, and only did it face-to-face. The rest of the stuff you're going to do independently, right? So when we come to class, you're going to do activities. You're going to do hands-on. If we talk about the brain, we're going to build a brain. If we're talking about DNA, we're going to make DNA. If we're talking about brain cells, we're going to make brain cells. Things like that. We're going to do silly little things in class. But what that does is it puts it in our body, and we get to touch things and understand it in more of a fashion where if you're moving, it sinks in a little bit better. So we are meeting once a week, Tuesdays, face-to-face. Now, I don't take roll. You're in college, you're an adult, come or don't, right? However, activities in class can garner a few extra points. Also, I kind of give the keys to the kingdom while you're in class. Sometimes I will give a heads up on the essay question of the test. I will tell you what I'm looking for on that essay question of the test, even though all the instructions are on the test. I'm not hiding anything, but sometimes hearing the instructions twice makes a better essay. It's only 10-point essays, so don't freak out. So coming to class is beneficial, right? And currently we don't have a mask mandate or anything like that. So come, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I have hand sanitizer on every table, masks, the whole thing. Yeah, we'll have a good time. I have my classroom full of teacher stuff, right? Because I teach my majors, my students want to be preschool teachers or eventually teachers, right? So I got a lot of stuff. It's fun. I got good stuff. All right, it's feeling better. Jeez, wow. All right, I have student support hours. Those used to be called office hours, but then one of our students said, but you're in the office, I don't want to bug you. Good point. Let's change that terminology. Let's talk. We can talk on the phone. We can talk on Zoom. I don't have an iPhone, so I can't do FaceTime, but I can do on an Android phone. I can do that kind of stuff. Whatever you need. We can do it on Pronto. We can do it on whatever. I have WhatsApp, whatever you need. I'm good. This course description, again, not going to read at you, but I put this little tidbit in here. All these green lines is like my 2 cents, right? We will learn about human growth over lifespan, not full lifespan, but just 0 to 18, looking at the physical body, looking at the brain growth, and looking at emotions, right? So this is kind of a psychology class. Psychology, you'll see 157. It's lifespan, it's 0 to life, right? This is 0 to 18, right? And so again, we're talking about the body, how it grows, the brain, how it grows and how it works, and our emotions. So psychology, the person. So these student learning outcomes, these are the things that you will learn over the course of the class, but I do it in different ways, right? So we're going to talk about the development. If we're saying right here, you're going to learn about development, how do we know you learned it? We have to measure this. So we're going to learn about this. Again, conception through adolescence, right? You will have a project at the end that's all about you. It's really exciting. Evaluate the cultural, economic, political, historical context. That's a fancy way of saying, what was it like to be a kid 50 years ago, 10 years ago, or now, right? Masks became a political issue, right? And now it's nobody cares. I'm like, wait, what? Right? It's really interesting, right? So, but how is it like? Could you imagine? I know some of you may have been in high school during COVID, right? But could you imagine being 4 and learning how to speak, but their mouth is covered? You can't really, we do all sight read, a little bit lip read. But if you're 4 years old and you can't see someone talk, but wow, it's tough to be a kid. So we're going to talk about those things. And applied developmental theory. Yes, every humanities class has theorists. Yes, but some of them you've already heard about, right? And we're going to say, okay, if I were a theorist, I'm going to read about all these theory guys, and most of them are men. If I was a theorist, this is what I would think. Yeah, I will ask you, if you were a theorist, what would be your ideas? That's the point of college. In high school, a lot of times we would say, here's the material, learn it, regurgitate it. In college, we're like, yeah, okay, you could do that, but what does it mean? What does it mean to you? What do you feel about it? What do you think about it? How do you connect to it? Because I tell you right now, I already took child development. I got a good grade. I've been teaching it. I got it. I'm trying to make sure that you get it, but not in my way, in your way. I'm going to say that again. Learning is not my way. Learning is your way. I set up the class as a structure. You'll see this as like a very comfortable hamster wheel, just doing the same thing. But that gives you a calm place to learn. If you're stressed out, you won't learn. So we're gonna be a little bit different in this class. You could probably already assess that I'm a little bit different, and I'm good with that. That's the point. People in child development and human development, we're a little quirky because we're all about not us, you. We're all about you. Everybody's different. Everybody's quirky in their own way, and I think that's amazing. I think it's totally rad. Okay, cool. All right, so our book here, I listed it here, but you don't have to go buy it. I will give you the hyperlink. I'll show it to you today. We'll walk through it. I'll show you how like chapter 1 is like super short, like ridiculously short, but that's just because it ramps up. Cool. Recommended materials, make sure you have access to the internet. We have loaner laptops here. I even have a loaner laptop because my laptop wanted to take a hike this summer. So yeah, do whatever you need to do to be connected to the class. Everything is through Canvas. You will never have a piece of paper to hand to me unless you're in class and we're doing like that. But no, typically it's all on Canvas. I also here say what to expect. Again, I'm not here to spoon feed you. I'm not here to read to you. You're an adult, but I'm here to help. I have a teenager, okay? I'm a teenager with autism. So trust me, I'm all about, should I do it for you? Or should I help you do it for yourself? Trust me, I already have questions. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I've already heard this morning from the kid, and then we're hearing it from other, students. And it's like, let me help you. I'm not going to do it for you. Trust me. I'm not that. Let me do it for you, Mom. Not at all. Not at all. Campus policies. There's always campus safety and security. I encourage you to add this number to your phone. I have called security as an MS off campus. Stuff was happening down the corner at the bus stop, and I called it. Yeah. 714-628-4730. They're fantastic. They'll actually come off campus too. And then on campus, you can pick up any phone and dial 333. When we're in class, I'll show you where the phone is, all that business. And yeah, we got this. Educational support needs. That means if you need extra support in your education, whether you need an accommodation or a modification, I am very well versed in that business because I have a child with that. But I also teach the special needs for teachers. So I live it and I teach it. So if you need extra support, please go get it. I can't give you the extra support like in Canvas without the note from DSPS. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please, if you're not sure, if you need that, let me know. But spoiler alert, I'm very generous with tests and quizzes and things like that. I have no time limit and you can take it as many times as you want. We'll get down to that in a second. Yeah. Title IX means that you are not, as a public student, public education student in the United States, you are allowed to be free from discrimination and harassment. Even if you are a community college student, this is technically public school, right? We were set up as a continuation of 12th grade. Yeah. And so even if you're at work and somebody's harassing you at work, you are still covered under Title IX. Now, Title IX has, under other administrations, been restricted, and now it's opening back up. Meaning there was a point where victims had to prove that they're innocent, and that's not okay. So now it's more like we do more comprehensive research if there's things going on. Okay, so if you have any questions or if you're not sure that it applies to you, I have a video in the prep module. We could talk about it. I used to be a social worker. I'm not a social worker anymore, but I still have that running through my blood. So let me help you. I will help you get plugged into the right resources. I know people, all right? I know people. Okay. Again, if you want to read more on Title IX, it's all this business is there for you. We have a basic needs place now. It's not just for pantry items. It was open this morning when I got here. It was open yesterday. They also do like shampoo and toothbrush and things like that. People donate all the time. I donated yesterday. And so please use that resource. All you need is your student ID or your student number. That's it. You are entitled to it. Go get it. Even if you're like, well, I don't need the food. Maybe your parents do. Are they supporting you in some way? Maybe not right now, but they did. So share it. Go get it and share it. It's okay. That's how it works. Now, this is the time in the class where I have you guys participate. Add drop procedures. Okay. I put blank lines here for you guys to figure this out. And I'm going to ask you guys to fill it in right now. So the last day to drop this class, let's say you come to this class today and you're like, oh man, that teacher is crazy and she wants too much from us. I can't do that. I need to drop that class. How do I get my money back? What is that date? Who knows that date? Who can look that up? I'll give you hints. It's in Web Advisor. It's on the academic calendar. And it's also listed in this class on your schedule, maybe self-service. You can put it in the chat. You can say it out loud, but I'm not moving forward until you guys come up with that date. I'll give you another hint. It's coming up. It's coming up soon. Who's got it? Sounds like somebody wants to jump in. Oh, I got you in the chat. Oh. Yes, yes, Justine and Isabella. High fives. September 4th. So let's look at the calendar over here. September 4th is way down here. So we're here. You have this whole week, whole next week, but guess what? By Sunday, September 4th, you need to like make your choice. Now, check this out. I took a non-credit class over the summer, but I basically took off a bit more than more than I could chew for the summer. So I was like, I'm so sorry, I need to drop the class. That's okay. It's okay. If it's not the right fit at the right time, might as well drop the class and get your money back than drop your class 2 weeks after that and not get your money back. True? All right. Good. Last day to apply for credit, no credit. This one's not as important, but if this is your major class in your major, talk to your counselor first, right? So credit, no credit is something you just have to pass the class. In my class, it's a 69.5. I round up the 0.5 to a 70 to give you a C, which is credit. Okay. Sometimes people just need this class. I need to take 4 classes for insurance purposes or scholarship or whatever it is. I need to take 4 classes. And some people just take this class because it's easy. So what is that date? Credit, no credit. Again, instructional calendar. And what I mean by instructional calendar, I'll show you. Here's our main website. You can go here under academics, instructional calendar. That's spring. Here's fall. Oh, it doesn't have credit, no credit on here. Interesting. It doesn't have it. So I'm not going to hold you guys to that one. But let me click off there. So I don't want to give you all the answer. Last one. Last day to drop with a W and not an F. I'll give you a hint. That's like closer to 4 weeks before the end of the semester. So we have a 4-month semester. You can do 3 months in this whole class and be like, no, thank you. I'm going to drop. I'll get a W, but I won't get an F. Now, a W could go get scholarships too, but a W can be replaced, right? It can be overwritten with a take it again. Okay, nice. I got 3 in the chat. November 13th. Yes. Write that down, right? So let's look at the calendar again. November 13th, August, September, October, November 13th. They're both Sundays. So we try to do this date on Sunday. I will give you like a hint around like a couple days ahead, just like, hey, just give me a reminder. It's hard to remember 3 months in, especially that 3rd month, people kind of get like tired. And then towards the end, when we get closer to the end of the class, like December, people all show up and they're doing all the work. So sometimes it's November 13th, it gets a little missed. So I will send out an announcement, right? So great. So these are the things, and those dates are the same for every 16-week class. If you have an 8-week class, it's a little bit different. We even teach 12-week classes here. So make sure that you know what that is. Sometimes looking on Web Advisor or self-service, where it is. If you click that specific class, it'll give you all of the listings for that particular class. In fact, I will show you what that looks like. So if I'm going on WebAdvisor, WebAdvisor looks like it looks a little bit different for professors, but I'm going to log in. It has me already logged in. So I go to faculty and I go here's my class schedule. And here's the fall. So I'm teaching 6 classes. These 2 are 8-week classes, and this one starts a little bit later. So right now, just 4. So here's our Tuesday section. You click it once, and it'll tell you right here. Start date, end date, last day to add, September 5th. I don't really add that late. I give people like a week because it's hard to catch up. And then last day to drop with a W, November 15th. Last day to drop without a W. That's the same thing. November 5th and November 5th. I mean, September 5th, September 5th. So you won't get a W. It'll just be get your money back, right? Last day to get a refund is the 4th. So don't miss that. So good. Makes sense. This is how you get all that stuff. Get all the information that you need in life is out there. You just got to go get it. Go get it. Okay. Any questions so far? It's all policies and BS right now, but let's just keep going. Okay. Questions at any time, put it in the chat, raise your hand, yell out. I'm cool. All right. So academic dishonesty. It basically says don't cheat. I cannot stand it. I will not. I get really irritated. This is not a class that you need to cheat in. No classes are classes you cheat in. This is not a research class. This is not upper division. This is an intro, right? This is child development. Oh, by the way, you were a child. I was a child. We were all children. We've already been developed. So you already know half of this whole class, at least half of the class. Our last unit is on adolescence. Some of you are still there, right? Some of you painfully remember puberty a few years ago, or maybe 10 years or whatever. I still remember puberty and I'm ancient, right? So you've already been through it. So now it's just really just getting a label maker and putting it on everything that you've already experienced. Yeah. So again, this class is not that class that you need to cheat in. I literally will ask you questions like, what age do you think is the most important in the development of a child? Or which domain between the body, the brain, and the emotions? Which domain do you think is the most important? I literally say, give me the sentence that starts with something like this. I believe the most important domain is. You can't research that answer. It is your opinion. Now, I do have people go out and research answers and give me stuff that is plagiarized. Had somebody have a 91% plagiarism score and said, no, I swear I wrote that all my, nope, not doing it. I have to report you. It goes on your transcript. When you go to transfer, they can see it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Because then you got to talk to the dean and vice presidents and the dean. It's just not, it's not worth it. It's a lot of drama. So it's not worth it. This class, you don't even have to worry about it. Just don't do it. Don't even try. So contacting me, best way is Canvas inbox, and this is why. Now, email is great, but this is why Canvas inbox is better. Comes into Canvas and it puts it in the inbox, but it also puts it in my email. But if you send it to my email, it only goes to my email. So like I said, I go to Canvas inbox first. So everybody I answered today is also going to show up in my email. But that's great. I've already answered you. Right? Please use the Canvas inbox. Okay. Attendance and participation. I don't score attendance. You're an adult, come or not, right? But if you do come, there's benefits to coming, right? And then I give a little 5 points here and there on activities. Yeah, that's good. Classroom etiquette. It's called Be Cool. You're on your phone. Listen, I told you I have a teenager. You know how to deal with it. You know, and if you got to take a call, if it's an emergency, just step out. It's all good, right? This is life. This is adulthood, right? And submitting assignments. Everything is on Canvas. I'm very specific in Canvas on what I'm looking for, how to submit it, which file types. I take the whole thing. I'm going to go through all of that. Okay. Just wanted to do syllabus first. Grading. I use a top-down grading policy, meaning like I assume everybody's shooting for full points. You don't have to get an A in this class. An A doesn't mean you're a good person. It doesn't. You could be the best future teacher or mom and dad or aunt and uncle or whatever taking this class and getting a C. Did you ask me if I got an A in child development? Does it matter? Okay, so calm down on the points, because there's people who are like, I need 100% in this class, 100%. I'm like, no, you don't. You need 89.5 to get an A. I can't give A minuses, can't give A plusies with gold stars. Can't do it. So an 89.5 is the same as a 99.5. So calm down. Right? Points do not measure a person. Okay. So I assume everybody wants a good grade. So I start like, okay, this person, let's say, had a 10-point essay on the exam. I know this person's shooting for 10 points. Maybe not. But if I ask for 3 small paragraphs and you only give me 2, I'm like, wow, we're starting at a 7, right? Is that adequate? Is that average? 7. Is that, starts to go like that. But I start up here. I have a positive mindset that things that you guys want to do the best. You don't want to do terrible, right? Sometimes people are just coming in to get a minimum grade and go. That's your choice. I'm cool with that too. I do award extra points here and there. So like on that essay, the 10-point essay, if it's amazing, I can give you a 15 out of 10. Allow me to do that. Show me what you got. Good. Again, errors are always made in the favor of the student. If I forget something or the test question's wrong, I give everybody the point. See what I'm saying? It's not fair to you if I messed up, or sometimes Canvas gets all weird. One time Canvas gave me like the 3 or 4 answers that I put in there for a test, multiple choice, and then it gave me 4 blank ones. And it marked one of the blank ones as the correct answer. And I couldn't erase them. So I clarified the question in an announcement and gave everybody the point. It's not your fault. I'll fix it. Okay, now I want everybody to take a deep breath. This is the part of the class where people get the most confused because it's a little out there. I do not take off points for late work. I do not take off points for late work. I do not take off points for late work. However, there are a few exceptions to that rule. Number 1, I do not take discussion boards late. But if you want to turn in your notes a little bit late, or your reflection journal a little bit late, or your quiz a little bit late, or even your test a little bit late, I'm cool with that. Just let me know ahead of time, right? Most things are due like on Friday or Sunday. Like, hey, I really need a couple extra days on this. You're always going to get a yes from me. But on the discussion boards, if you can't get your first post in by Wednesday, by Thursday mornings, I have all the zeros already planted in there. It's just not worth it. Number 1, people don't really like discussion boards. For the professors, we're spending a lot of time moderating and grading. So if you just make the choice that week not to do it, then don't do it. Trust me, I have a lot of different ways where you can make up that 15 points. A lot of different ways, okay? So as we go forward, this is what we do every week. You're gonna have outlines and notes. Now, I will show you what that looks like actually in Canvas after we go through this, okay? They're 10 points each, but they are your format. I allow different formats because everybody's brain works differently. If you want to type it out and be super formal and do Roman numerals or bullets or whatever, great, awesome. That is only really needed to be 2 pages, single spaced, with indentations and all that business. But if you're a handwrite, you want it in rainbow, glitter pen, cool with that too. Do all your business. That needs to be about 4 pages because handwriting's a little bigger, right? Take a picture, upload it. If you are a budding graphic designer, right, or an artist, do it in a 1-page snapshot of like mind mapping or visual note taking. I have links to all these videos, but that only needs to be 1 page in color. So if you have a different format, if you want to do an interpretive dance, I might be okay with that. Just ask me. And we'll go through all of those in Canvas, page by page. Okay. Discussion board activities, again, we have a discussion board every week. We do fun stuff. And if you come to class, I'll help you kind of like navigate and give you maybe some tools for that and whatnot. Again, we do build a brain. And so you could build a brain in class and then show it on the discussion board. So not like a full brain, it's more like paper, and it's fine, it's fine. But again, take the week off. Notice right here, I put the lowest discussion board will be dropped at the end of the semester. So if you one week you forgot, or this is usually the example I give is, if your dog's grandma died or your grandma's dog died and you just need extra time, Take it. You can skip 15 points. You can still get an A in this class if you miss one discussion board. Same thing with the outline. I dropped the lowest outline. 10 points will not make or break your grade in class. Not even 10 plus 15. It's not going to make or break your class. Wait, what? Personal journal reflection at the end of the week is also 15 points. And that gets dropped too. So you're saying if I blow off the notes and a discussion board and a journal one week, it's okay. Yeah. But if you do all of them, you'll have like a little bit of bonus points. Your choice, college. This is like a choose your own adventure. Yeah. Cool. I do have feedback surveys. Let me know. It's up 3 points. It's kind of extra credit. But it's not really an assignment. So if you say like, this discussion board was super lame, or I really like the journal, or whatever, let me know. It's up to you. Most people don't do them, but it's up to you if it's there. See, again, if you do, we have 15 modules. If you did 15 times 3, it's 45. Wow, that sounds like the same points as like 3 discussion boards. Your choice. You do you inside of the structure that I set up for you. Make sense? This is where people get like, wait, she's letting us do our thing, but not forcing it to do it her way. It's adulting. Yeah. And that's my part where people say like, oh, college isn't real life. Oh, community college is real life. Because we know that you have families, you're working, you're stressed out, whatever. Got your thing going on. Do that. We're trying to make it all fit together. But you can't do it in a really rigid 1-lane freeway. Can't. So resilience focus. Oh, this is a double. I doubled these. Okay, cool. Looks like I doubled down the policies. And so I can update those and give you a new one. So I did add this piece on resilience focused education. Here in the child development department, we started bringing to the college's attention that students aren't just they aren't just student numbers. They're people who are stressed out, and when you're stressed out, you can't learn. So we've adopted a bunch of different policies here campus-wide that focus on the student as a human first. Ask me more about this. And I'll let you know, I'll give you announcements if we have events. We're proposing a book study from the Oprah's book and Dr. Bruce Perry, What Happened to You? Trust me, I'm reading through it right now. It's pretty intense, but it helps you put things into place when, like, when maybe you hear a car door slam and you get rigid. There's a reason for that. You experienced something, and maybe you saw people fighting on the corner driving up here, and you're a little bit tense about it. It didn't have anything to do with you, but you're a little bit triggered, and you come to class. You're not going to learn. Same with little kids in school. Kids who experienced a domestic violence dispute the night before can still be upset about it the next morning or longer. So again, we're trying to look at, a lot of students who had to drop classes, a lot of students who were stressed out. It makes perfect sense. You are a human first, student second. Okay, so ask more. I'll blow through all the stuff that's doubled, blah, blah, blah. So many silent policy. Okay, so I do have, let's do this. Okay, so here we go. Our assignments in this class, there's 2 big assignments at the end, and it kind of puts all those student learning outcomes from the beginning together. So one is a child observation. You're going to observe 2 children. We'll talk more about that. Just giving you the bird's eye view right now, just like a little plant the seed. If a lot of times people go, but I don't know any kids and I don't want to, look. We'll give you options to go. And then the Lifeline project is like a PowerPoint or Google Slides or whatnot that has to do with you. So every chapter in our book is going to correspond to 1 slide about you and your life. So if we're talking about toddlers' bodies and how toddlers starting to walk and toddle, you get to talk about you starting to walk and toddle. And if you have pictures, great. If not, use a picture off the internet and make sure you have the correct source on it. Right? It's fun. People tell me that's actually the funnest thing. So keep in mind, this class literally is all about you. Tell me another college class where they say that that's okay. Sorry, anthropology. Sorry, English. Maybe yoga, right? We do have assessments, which is a fancy term for tests and quizzes. Our quizzes are 10 points each at the end of each chapter, 5 true false, 5 multiple choice. You have unlimited times and unlimited chances. So if you're not getting a 10 on every one of those, that's on you. Some people are like, a 7 is cool. That's fine. I'll make it up another points. Or I'm just going for a C or credit, no credit. So fine. Your choice. The reason I have unlimited times and unlimited chances, I literally saw, I was at Disneyland on Main Street and I saw a student taking a quiz on her phone. I was like, all right. People should be able to live and still take a quiz. Mm-hmm. I thought it was hilarious. I took a picture, sent it to my professor friends. Same thing with exams. We have actually 5. Let me update this one. We have an exam at the end of each unit. And again, this one's 50 points, but it's 10 true false, 10 multiple choice, 10 matching or fill in or something. It's easy stuff. You can use all your notes, you can use all your books, you can work with a friend. You just can't have the same essay, right? You need your own thoughts on that. But again, and then I also do an extra and a possible extra credit 5 points. So sometimes if you have write a really awesome essay and do the extra credit, maybe extra few points on the essay, extra couple points on the extra credit essay, you're getting out of 50 possible points, I've given like a 60. Your choice, okay? There is extra credit. I do give up to 40 points for portfolio. It is like LinkedIn, but putting your stuff into LinkedIn. Trust me, this is the wave of the future. Again, community colleges, we want you to be prepared for the future. And the future is what? Today. Future's now, right? So no longer are employers saying like, oh, what was your grade? They're gonna say, show me what you did to get that grade. And you can literally upload all your journals, all that stuff, all your notes. And once you have it in Portfolio, which is also owned by Canvas, once it's all in Portfolio, you can refer to it later. You need it for a different class, right? How many times did you take a class and a couple years later, you're like, what did I even learn in there? 40 points, that's almost like a test. So here's our course points. Prep week items are 50 points, and I will walk you through every single one of those. Outlines, 10 times 15 chapters. Discussion boards, 10 times 15 chapters. I'm sorry, 15 times 15. Reflection journals, 15 times 15. Quizzes, 10 times 15. Exams, 50 times 5. 100% for the observation, 100 points, 100 points. And then I dropped the lowest. Look at this. Oh, wait. Does that look like notes? That looks like a quiz. That looks like a journal. That looks like a discussion board. And that looks like a test. Wait, you dropped the lowest test? Yes, I dropped the lowest test. Trust me, it helps people. It helps. It helps. So again, people get really confused about this stuff, and a lot of people forget about that. And then after the class is over, as I'm doing the final grades, I throw in 100 points, and everyone's like, sweet. It helps. It helps. Again, I don't love studying. I hate studying. I like learning. Learning is beautiful. That's the point of all this. So here is our schedule, like a calendar, but I also put it on the course calendar in Canvas. So we'll walk through it all the way. Okay, so these are the holidays that we have for this semester. However, nothing really falls on a Tuesday. Well, Veterans Day, really on a Tuesday? It was on a Thursday this year, hold on. Veterans Day is always 11/11, so 11/11 is a Friday. Boy, I got a lot of stuff to fix here. This is Friday. Okay. I will fix that and get that back to you. And I'll put it in an announcement and give everybody the updated one. Okay. All right. So today we're welcome to class. Okay. All you have to do is work on the prep module stuff. I'm going to walk you over to that in just a few minutes. Okay. All that stuff's due on Sunday. Now there's some other stuff to read, but it's just read. Just click through it and read it. Watch the videos. It's not a big deal. Okay. I had somebody message me this morning and said, you're making us read a lot. I can't do that. Just read it. You're okay. So again, if you see an 8 p.m., that is a due date for me. If you see 11:59 on something, it's like, hey, read me. Not a big deal. Like I introduce every module, like module 1, introduction. Read me by 11:59. You know, if you don't read it by that day on 11:59, it's not an assignment. It's not a grade. It's just like a to-do list, right? Do it that day or do it some other day. I don't know. Again, choose your own adventure here. So here are our chapters. So we have units here. 1, 2, and 3 are in the first unit. And so we're talking about what is child development? That all starts next week. You'd be like, why do people even study this, right? It's just kids. I just have to give you a heads up. Child development people can be very passionate about this stuff. So the people who wrote the book and all the stuff in there, it's all about you because you already went through all this stuff, right? You were in somebody's womb before you were born. So all this stuff applies to you, right? But there's a lot. People think, oh, it's just babies. It's no big deal. It's like babysitting. Yeah. If you've ever been around a 4-year-old, they will like tell you one of your ears is bigger than the other one. Your nose is ugly, and then walk away laughing. And they're not being mean. They're just being 4. And then you're like, hey, you know, it's time for a snack. Want a snack? No. Want $1 million? No. You want to be my friend? No. I love it. 4-year-olds are my jam. So people are like, oh, child development's so easy. Sure. Sure it is. After this class, it will be easy. Okay. So if you look here, we meet on Tuesdays, U99. On Wednesdays, by Wednesday night, you want to turn in your outline. You know what? I can be flexible with that and put it on Fridays if you want. I think maybe I did say Fridays at some point here. So you let me know. Either way, again, I don't mark anything late. Some people will be freaking out. Well, you said Wednesday and I turned it in Thursdays. Is that okay? I mean, I'm going to get that for at least the next 3 weeks. So we'll figure that out. If you guys want it Fridays, that's cool. It doesn't matter to me. But notes shouldn't take you more than an hour or 2. Depends on your style, right? Your initial discussion board is always due Wednesday at 8. Again, these are all 8 p.m. things right here. But again, if you skip it, I'm pretty flexible the first week because it's like training wheels, right? If you miss it the first week, I'm like, no big deal. After chapter 2, zeros on the next day. You don't even have to bother doing the rest of it. Just skip it. Okay. It's like library fines. It's like, okay, if you're 1 day late with library fines versus 10 days late with yeah, it's a little bit more, but just get it in. Yeah. And then by Sundays, you do the discussion board peer replies, you turn in your reflection, and you turn in your quiz. Now you could look at, it's all blank here on Saturday. I didn't even put Thursdays or Fridays. You can do it early. Yeah. You know, because I know some people have a work schedule. I only have Thursdays off. Do it on a Thursday. You turn in your quiz on a Thursday. Okay. It's awesome. Right? That's why it's flexible. Choose your own adventure. So then we go into, so after birth and the newborn, then we actually talk about humans. We're talking about infants and toddlers right here, right? So then we go into physical, cognitive and social emotional, which is like emotions. Guess what? That pattern repeats. Physical, cognitive, social emotional. But now we're talking about early childhood. We're talking about like 3 to 5. And this is where child development people, like this is the child development, like meat and potatoes right here. Oh man, I'm just going to warn you. Module 8, preschoolers' brains. Oh man, that chapter's big. Chapter 1 is like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Great, 5 sections. Module 8, I think, goes to like 9 or 11 section. 8.1, 8.2. If there's a lot in there. Just think about it. This is the foundation for your whole life. You learn more as a 2-year-old than you will learn in your entire 20s. Wait, what? Yeah. Then we repeat again, physical, cognitive, social, emotional. But now we're talking about middle childhood. This is that thing where it's like 1st grade through like 6th grade, 5th grade, maybe. You remember that? It was all about like sports and cool and school and all that business and, you know, your model of California and, you know, whatever it was, right? It was like really cool. It was like before it got all about where in adolescence, and we repeat physical, cognitive, and social emotional, right? See the pattern? Nice and predictive. But if you look here at the end of every unit, you see an exam. Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5. This is your next 4 months in this class, right? Next 4 months. Now, again, we have the Thanksgiving holiday. We will meet on the Tuesday, but I took off the discussion board for that week. So you just have to do a reflection quiz. I even took off the notes. It's a half of a week. I took off half of the stuff. Fair? Yes. Then we have our stuff due at the end of the semester, but I will spend time during the semester on how to do this, how to get started, what I want it to look like. I show you examples of other students' work. And portfolio is this again, this is actually kind of optional. Now the class ends on December 11th. I cannot change that. I will not accept any work after that time because it is not fair. There's a 4-month window for this class. It's not 4 months in a day for one person. It's not fair. These are the posted times. This is the posted class. And you guys know Canvas gets fussy at the end, right? Canvas gets all like, you're like submitting too much stuff right now. So I'm going to get slow. And then I'm going to like shut down. And then I'm going to, don't wait till the last minute. You know I'm right, right? Right? Oof. So I went over a lot and I didn't get any questions, which I find a little bit suspicious. I will field 3 questions before we go forward. I do this in class too. And then I stare at you. 3 random questions. I don't care what it's about. And then we'll go over to Canvas and I'll walk you through every single one of these things, what it looks like. Yeah. We have about 30 minutes left. 3 questions. Either in the chat, say it out loud. Anything that has to do with the class. Anything. Start date, end date, assignments, late policy, early policy, whatever. Oh, one in the chat. Does the vaccine affects this class at all? Good question. So there is no policy. So we're in a district, right? So Rancho San Diego Community College District, Santa Ana College, and Saginaw Canyon College. There is no policy for students have to be vaccinated. There's policy for instructors, which I am vaccinated and boosted. My booster is expired, so we'll see how that works. If by any chance I cannot teach in class, like I get COVID, we'll just do it online, depending, but it's okay to take one day off, right? Because you have your whole schedule here. After the first month, you guys got it. It's going to be on this thing. So again, people are not required. So the CDC has the mandates, and then the states determine mandates, and then counties determine the mandates. So as far as we know, students are not required to be vaccinated. So I think we're good. Good question. That was 1. 2 more. Excellent. Wait, what were the questions again? I'm so sorry. My question to you was, give me 2 questions or 3 questions and I'll move forward. I wasn't asking for an answer. I was just asking for you guys to ask a question. I'll take that as a half a question. And then the last one, I guess we won't have to wear a mask in class. No. Nope. I mean, I have masks. I have hand sanitizer. I might wear a face shield. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm like right in the middle of like, is this cool or is this weird? Like, for after 2 years, I mean, it's just, last semester, I did teach this class hybrid. No, not last semester, the semester. So last fall, not in the spring, but in the fall, I did face-to-face hybrid. And nobody, well, there was somebody who may have come down with it, but nobody else didn't go around the class. And that was a year ago. But trust me, people were really uncomfortable and a lot of people didn't want to come. So again, we're sort of flexible, but this is what I'm going to say. Don't mess with it. Meaning like, if you think you possibly in the back of your head could maybe perhaps have COVID, don't come to class. I will not be happy if I get sick. Again, I have a teenager on the spectrum. He doesn't manage illness very well. So I don't know how I would be able to work and mother with that. So please just stay home. I don't take credit. Yeah. If we test positive for now, how will that affect a class attendance? Yeah. So first of all, if you have COVID, don't come to class. I don't take attendance. I don't mark you down. You just have to keep up. Now, last semester, I did record lectures. I'm willing to post those and share those. I think those are great, but it might have a couple of pieces of information that applied to last semester. So if I'm in class over here, I'm in the U building right now, but my classroom's over there. If I'm in that class lecturing, we don't have one of those things that records me lecturing. So you're not going to get this computer situation. You're not going to get a Zoom recording every week. You're not. That's why I'm encouraging you to come to class. But if you're sick, don't come. Think about it this way. What if, and again, we don't know everything, right? So let's say I go to Stater Brothers and I actually get exposed to COVID because somebody there had it. And then I come home and I don't get it, but I give it to my kid, but he doesn't really have it. Doesn't have any symptoms because he's a really healthy kid, but then he takes it to school and then he gives it to one of his teachers. And his teacher, she's the primary caretaker for her elderly mother, and that elderly mother gets it and dies. It's kind of my fault. Is that what I want? Is that what you want? No. So I'm saying when in doubt, first of all, you can get free tests. We have a testing situation here on campus up by the gym. So you literally, there's like a booth from the County of Orange. What's happening right now is a lot of people aren't testing. They're like, I'm fine. And the restrictions are lax. That's great. But you still don't want to get it. You still don't want to give it to anybody. Fair? So when in doubt, do not come to class. If you're shivering in the corner of my class, I'm going to ask you to go get a test. I have every right to do that. If you're putting me and the rest of my class in danger, I can ask you to do that. So if you don't want to have that conversation with me, don't come. There's ways to keep up. I'm just going to give you a hint. This class is not hard, but it's kind of steady. It's like this thing. It's like going to the gym. Like once you go, you got to keep going, right? Because once you fall off, it's hard to get back on, right? But again, you've already been through all this class as a human being. You really have. And I'll show you what the book looks like. It's not hard. It's not hard. And I will do my best to make sure those lectures are recorded and posted in every chapter. Again, choose your own adventure. I want to make sure you guys still get the class, even if you are sick. I had students with COVID on Zoom when I was doing it on Zoom. Make sense? Let's see. Well, we have to email you our positive results to have proofs. No. You don't have to tell me you have COVID. It's none of my business. If you literally say, I have COVID, can't come to class, I'd be like, okay, I hope you feel better. Hydrate, take your vitamins. Because again, remember, you are a person first who happens to be taking classes. My class, this class, our class is not more important than your health. It's not. Never will it be. This is one class, one semester, one community college in one state in America. That's my same philosophy as if you have to drop. I'll be here next semester. I'm gonna show you. It's gonna look exactly the same. Trust me. Be a little things change here and there, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now, again, I don't take attendance, so why would I have to mark you off? Please just let me know ahead of time. Hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm not gonna come to class. Okay, that's good. Keep up and hope you feel better. You might get one from me this semester that says, I'm not feeling well. I'm not coming to class. Keep working on the stuff. I'll see you next week. We're allowed to do that like one time a semester. Because guess what? You're adults. You have the syllabus. So you can do it. These are great questions. I know there's a lot of anxiety around COVID still, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, one of my coworkers here, she's at home with her daughter. Her 9-year-old has it. It's like, and my son's in high school. He could get it at school and bring it home to me. So it's like, again, I could get it at anywhere. So just be safe. If you feel crummy, don't come to class. That's it. That's not right. And sometimes it is allergies and sometimes it is the flu. But why would you come to class if you're like, oh, my allergies are out of control, or oh, I have the flu? That's down. Some people are like, I can never miss a class ever. I've never missed it. I challenge you to miss a class on purpose. Because you can, because you're an adult. Adulting is all about picking your battles, right? It's all about picking your battles. And if you miss a class or 2 or 3 is really the policy, but at the same time, I still think you can have a meaningful experience in this class. I'm supposed to drop people if they miss the equivalent of 3 hours. So since my class is only 90 minutes, that's 6 classes. If you miss 6 classes, I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Do you need some support? right? Listen, we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So let's not be worried about it. Let's just know we have options and exercise those options. Fair? Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm here because I know it's just, you know, every day's a new day and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, we can do this, but just be, you know, smart about it, adult about it. Okay, we got lots of questions. I love it. You see, I asked for 3, I got 5 or 6. It was awesome. All right, so syllabus done. Let's go back to our class. Again, our home looks like this. I'm gonna update that syllabus, update the syllabus page, and send you a new one because it's like too much in there. Okay, so this is us. You can always click down here and go straight to these. But again, you can click syllabus or click syllabus over here. Everybody's homepage looks kind of similar, but I did mine a little bit different. So now let's jump to the modules. So you're going to see all of my modules, but you don't have to see them all right now because you're a student. So I have a student view. So if I click this, now I see what you see. Notice, oh, some of these controls came off the bottom. And you guys only get to see this module and that module. That's it. That's all you get to see right now. Because you don't need to see all of it right now. You don't. Just week 1 is just getting ready. Okay. So your first module is this. You're just going to read through this stuff and I'll walk you through every single one of them. Read through. And it won't show you until you start with 1 and keep going down. So just read through. And see how there's some due dates on there? They're just like, hey, read me. And I put 3 for yesterday and 3 for today and 3 for tomorrow and 3 for the next day. And then by Sunday, these guys are due. But I'll walk you through every single page. And just to be sure that I started at the bottom, like I talked about, some people are like, wait, how do you get to Canvas? There. So if you have a blank tab on Google or whatever browser you use, you're going to go to our sccollege.edu. So this is our, and it's telling me I already have this tab open, right? So let's go here. So you click on that and this is what it looks like. From here, you just click Canvas. That's it. It takes you to another page that says, hey, log in here. So once you click that, you log in, you'll get to your dashboard. It'll look like everybody's dashboard looks a little bit different. It's based on the classes that you have. So I have 4 classes right now. You may have 2, you may have 12, it doesn't matter, right? And these are my classes for the second 8 weeks, right? So our class again is 16476. It is Tuesday. So you're gonna click in here. That's it. That's how you get there. Now, notice up here, this one says, this is called a vanity URL. Okay, so RSCCD is our district, Rancho San Diego Community College District. And then instructure.com is who owns Canvas. So again, if I went back here and I even typed in here, watch this. I'm going to type in Instructure. It gives me Instagram, but I can also choose Instructure. I can even do RSCCD. Watch this. RSCCD. So once you click in it once, it has a really quick way to get there. There's 3 ways of doing everything on the computer, right? So again, if you weren't sure how to get there, that's how you get there. Okay. All right, so here's our dashboard. Here's our class. Click on it once. Then now we're in our class, right? So again, for modules, now wait, let me go back one. You're seeing everything right now because you're in the professor view. See all these things that are blocked off here? You don't get to see those. Yeah. Same over here. You're not going to have all this business, but you will have a to-do list down here. Right, so let me do student view. You'll have a to-do list. My to-do list is different than your to-do list. It's like, hey, read me. Hey, read me. Hey, read me. Hey, read me. So if you notice right here, oh, that's a welcome. You got 2 welcomes. So let's click that off. This one that came up yesterday, right? This one that says 1159, that's like, hey, read me. Hey, read me. Hey, read me. Once you click on there once, it comes off of this list, right? If it's an 8 p.m., it's a due date, right? So again, course stream, course calendar, course notifications. Now, you can go to course calendar. Check this out. Everything is based on this color. This is our color, okay? I put green. I cut this off because it's the same one that we've already done. But look at this. Read me, pre-prep. This is all about tech. I'll walk you through every page. Today, read these guys by 11:59. Read the guys. You can do them all today. You could have done them all yesterday, right? So this is just a guideline. I put it on there Because if I don't, nobody reads it, right? So if I put it on there, people like get a little bit nervous about, oh, I got to read it. Yeah, please do. Then if you notice by Sunday, we have these things over here. So that's just the course calendar. If you have more than one course here, you can you have a different color. So you can put in like all the colors for all your classes, right? So I'm going to leave the student view. So like in my class, so I told you I have this section today and the same section yesterday, a little bit different, same class. So for me, these are all my classes by colors. I can click off these guys, which I don't need. I don't need all these businesses right now. Click off, click off, click off, click off. So this tells me my 2 107 sections, Monday and Tuesday. What's going on? Yeah. So use a calendar if you like. If you don't, it's all good. I have those due dates in there pretty compulsively set up. But if something's wrong, please let me know. I'll fix that. Okay, cool. So back to modules. Oh, by the way, if you ever get lost and you're like, oh, where was that thing? And I don't know where it was and I know how to find it, go to history. It'll tell you where you were. It's nice. It's a nice feature. Okay. Okay, so we're just looking at these first 2 modules because next week, the rest of it shows up, right? We're not doing module 1 until next week. We're not. Okay. So here, this is all the stuff that you read through. After today, I post the video right here, this introductory video. If you're in the Monday section, that's where you're going to find the video for Monday. So this is just a header. Get your tech ready. Now, if you're new to Canvas, you may have to start from the beginning, which is fine because this is like a new language, right? What describes most to you? Are you new to online Canvas? Have you taken a few classes? Have you taken several classes? Are you a pro? At any rate, there are Canvas video guides. There's a toll-free 24/7 number. I've called them at 2 in the morning. Video guides, they're great. You click over here, it takes you to video guides, and then you can do all that. Look at student videos. Look at this. Files, feedback, discussions, calendar, the app. There's an app for your phone. All these are video guides. So what happens is that a lot of times people are like, well, I don't know how to do it. Go figure it out. Go find, call those people, call them, right? So this is just before you get in. This is like, make sure all your environment set up your tech. Again, I embedded the videos here, okay? So make sure you're getting announcements. People go, I never got your announcement. So is it my responsibility to go into your settings? No, this is part of taking college. You need to be able to be connected and get all the information you need to be successful, right? Good. So again, there's all these I put all this stuff in here, man. Please add a profile picture. After like week 2, I won't grade your stuff if I don't see a profile picture. I got one. If I can't see your face, how are we connected in this class? Plus, when I see you in class and I'm trying to remember you, I'm really good with names. By midterm, I got most everybody's name. But if I over here and I'm grading you and I see a blank grade person, what's the point? Why am I? It's like you're not really there. So get it going. I'll put it in there. I'll put feedback. Great notes, excellent submission. I'd love to give you extra credit on this, but I don't even see your profile picture. If you set up a profile picture on Instagram, Facebook, all the stuff, you can do it in here. Very rarely do I have people go, I don't have any social media. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but I have it. Okay, so tech help. Guess what? There's support here on campus. There's support over here on the help button. There's support here with professors. There's support here from peers. Everything. Help desk, help desk, help desk. When people have questions, we have answers. You have to reach out and ask the question. Can't help you. We're not psychic. Mindset is huge. I already had somebody say, well, I can't read all that stuff. Literally this morning. I can't read all that. You're already putting a can't on your world. Is that going to lead you towards success or failure? And who's in charge of that? Is it me? No. However, I want to give you guys option. I do have a handout that says college is different than high school. It's okay, right? And sometimes maybe you went to high school like 10 years ago. College is a lot different than high school was 10 years ago, right? I do have a TED Talk on grit. This is very important. It's called Fortitude and Pushing Through. And The Power of Yet. Carol Dweck is amazing. Okay. You can just say, I haven't learned it yet. So in my house, we say that. Like, my son burnt some waffles this morning. It's like, I just haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, and there's a lot of different variables, and it doesn't mean you're going to be bad at waffles forever. Yeah, trust me. He got disappointed and then he lashed out at me. Well, the waffle maker is bad. You need to give me. I was like, no. This is mindset. Let's not blame the waffle maker. It's okay. Operator error is fine. We're just going to keep moving. Let's try again. We haven't learned it yet. Okay? So these are the things that I'm saying. Just read me. It's a TED Talk. This one's a 6-minute TED Talk. They're not, TED Talks are usually 12 minutes or less. But at the same time, just read through it. Watch the videos. Self-care is important. Self-care is important. If you don't have self-care, you will not make it. And I don't care if it's just taking a walk with your dog, or I call it smothering the dog, where I just like take her and bury my face in her belly and get all in there. That helps me, right? I have 2 ukuleles sitting right here. That helps me, right? So self-care is super duper important. Little interactive quiz. First time I took that quiz, it was like red lights flashing. You need more self-care. I gotta take that again. Okay. You don't have to share that with anybody. It's just for you. Okay. We'll be talking about self-care as we go. And if you take 222 in the future, it's all about trauma and resilience for educators. It teaches you about making a self-care plan. Trust me, I did a meditation this morning because I knew if I didn't, I wasn't going to make it. Yeah, life is hard. So let's help each other out, right? Time management. I do this little piece here where you get to add stuff to this page. It's optional. It's not grading. But what you do, I said right here, is like you add to the page. I can't see it the way I set it up. But at the bottom, you can say, like I have a calendar, or I use timers, or I program my iPhone, my iWatch, whatever, right? You get to do that. And by the way, when your grade is maybe on a teeter-totter of like close to 1 grade, I actually look on there and say, were they helpful to others at the beginning? Right? So here's that greetings and welcome, right? Here's where it says Tuesday. Yes, here's the greetings and welcome. These are the things you got to do. So let's keep going. All right, so this is me. This tells you a little bit about right here. I play ukulele daily. I have 2 on campus. Ask me. Just so you know. Here's me, you'll be anywhere. And then I have a concert. Right. But yes, my concert does have amp hookups in. I may have an amp under the desk. Don't need it, but it's just for me. So this just so you get to know me, but on the scavenger hunt, I will ask you questions. So here's my policies and procedures. It's the same thing that we went over. It's on the syllabus, but sometimes it gets a little bit more specific. Acceptable file formats. Listen, Canvas doesn't take .pages or .heic. Sorry, Mac users, I can't fix Canvas to take a different extension. If I can't open it, I can't grade it. So I put this in multiple places, and then I still get .pages or .heic. Right? Here's a little PowerPoint I made. It's kind of cute. It says, actually read the book. Actually do the studies. Actually ask for help. Right? Title IX, we talked about this in the syllabus, but I put a couple of videos in here. And some of them are a little bit cuter than others. Some are a little bit intense, but this last one is about consent, and this one's about consent in a kid's version. But this first one can be a little intense, but trust me, we have resources and help on campus. We want to make sure that guys are safe, that everybody's safe. Okay. All right, so academic advisement, job placement. This is in our division. We have people here to help you. We have somebody who will help you write a resume. We'll have somebody help you find a job. Help you pick the right classes. Make sense? So again, we're here, right? Again, when you take advantage of our services, it helps me bump up your grade. Be involved. This is your life, right? So introductions. This is the discussion board. This is the actual, so 4.1. Again, it's not due till Sunday, but we like the first posting in by Wednesday. So like by tomorrow night, 8 p.m. You're going to create a single page document or a graphic like a GIF, JPEG, or PNG It contains 5 images, not animated, that visually represent who you are, what you like, your characteristics, interests, goals, etc. So pick your best 5 pictures with your friends and whatnot, or where you went over the summer, right? But what happens is that people go like picture description, picture description, and when people have to scroll, you know, if you're on your phone, it's awkward. Also, people do it and then just put a hyperlink. No one's going to click on that, because sometimes when people click on it, their phone can't read it. So I'm not being picky here. I'm saying do this so everybody can see your stuff, right? So again, any program capable of creating graphics when used, I will submit my poster. I used Prezi to make a one-shot poster, and I put pictures and descriptions, and I couldn't decide on what picture, so I made each picture like a collage. So I did 5 pictures, but each picture is a collage because I'm insane. But you will get to see my kid and my dog and my garden and my office. So there's a lot of stuff in that. Like, so you can use Photoshop. We have that for free. You can always use Office 365 over here for free. Microsoft Word, just using one document and saving it as a JPEG or something similar that we can see it, great. PowerPoint, you save it as a slide. Picasa, you can use that. GIMP, people have used that. But all these, I've used all, these are pictures. Like if you don't have pictures for some reason, use a different picture. As like if you, like I went to Yosemite and here's a picture of Yosemite, but I didn't take that picture. Just put whoever took the picture, you know, source it. So again, hey, introduce yourself. Introducing, you know, Alexandra Cortez, right? Tell us who you are, right? And then, so here's another thing I didn't put on here. Maybe I should put on there. Make sure we can read it. Because every once in a while, somebody's like in love with pink, but they do a pink background with pink letters. And you're like, oh, yeah, I can't read that. There's not enough contrast. Or somebody's like super emo and they do like a black background with like gray letters. Ooh, I can't read that. Or super tiny. I can't read that either. So just make sure that it's user friendly. Yeah. And I put a link on how to embed an image. So we want to see an image. We don't want to see a link. We don't want to see a scroll. Do your best. You know, for some reason, if it is not, you know, amazing, you miss a couple points, you're going to be okay. I promise. Okay. Now here's the thing. In this class, we respond to peers, but we also respond to what they said to you. Oh, wait, what? So if somebody says, hey, you know, Jorge, I really like that picture, like you're a skater. That's so cool. Me too. And then nothing, like freaking Twitter, right? It's like somebody puts it out there and then there's like, there's not a conversation. The point is these need to be conversations. So Jorge should go back and say, thanks for your comment. Yeah, I've been skating since I was 10 and blah, blah, blah. I met Tony Hawk last summer, blah. Conversation. Make sense? So again, training wheels on this. Not everybody knows how to do that. So I don't like get super mad, right? I'm just like, hey, don't forget. They have to, they say something and you need to respond to them. It's like if somebody said, hey, I really like your sweater. Isn't that awkward? Conversation back, right? So no big deal. All right. You can subscribe to discussion board so you can see when somebody responded to you. So do that. It's fantastic. But again, you have to post your stuff first before you see other people's stuff. So hit reply, post your stuff. You have to hit reply first to post your stuff. It creates a new thread, right? But what happens is every once in a while, somebody just puts it under somebody else's replies. Hit reply it you first. And if that's the case, I'll just say, hey, go back and start over, just repost. Because sometimes it won't show up in the grade book. If you're just talking to another person, it won't show up that you actually did your part. So please do it correctly. If not, I'll just tell you and we'll fix it. Trust me. Nothing here is cataclysmically life altering. It's life building. Cool. Scavenger hunt. Okay. So you're going to do all this stuff on our scavenger hunt. It's going to include the syllabus, this Canvas course, and things around campus. I'll give you the first one for free. Scroll down. I put all the instructions on everything. Start the quiz. Here's it is in it. Okay, question 1. Where did Professor Laney get her degrees? You don't have to answer it now. So I showed you where that was. We talked about it. Were you paying attention? You have to go find it. It's a scavenger hunt. You can do that. You can do it. Right? I'll give you a hint. Go Titans. Go Titans. Okay. So next is after the scavenger hunt. Again, they start by Sunday. You can do them today. That's cool. This is your only day of work, or you're feeling motivated. Awesome. Academic honesty agreement is just questions on like, hey, you do know that it's not okay to cheat. It's 5 questions. Just need you to do it, because every once in a while somebody cheats and plagiarizes and then goes like, well, I didn't know. Now you can't say that. Okay. Just Chegg is not going to pass this class for you. So stop asking. Okay. Trust me. Professors know. We know what you guys are doing. Just stop, man. If something's worth doing, do it right. Do it awesome. Break it off, man. Be the best you can be every time. Don't just be like, well, what's the answer, Chegg? Whatever. It's cool. And this last one is a survey. It's just a checklist. It'll say, I'll show you for you now. So it's like, it's basically, did you do this? Yes or no? Did you do that? Did you set up your technology? Yeah, you'd say yes, no, or I've taken a bunch of classes in Canvas before I got this. Right? There's no wrong answers. It's just a reminder to get this done. Did you update your profile picture in Canvas? So ask yourself, if I ask us question number 2, is it important? Yeah. Did you watch the consent video? Please do. Did you watch the video about sexual assault procedures? Please do. Did you watch the video about business and career education? Please do. Did you post your pictorial introduction? You see what I'm saying? It's just a checklist. Just a checklist. And the last one, very last one, that's it. See, these are like getting ready behaviors, right, for the first week. This is not content, but I will show you the book in a minute. Okay. Very last one is called A Secret to Your Success. This is a survey on personalitymax.com, and it takes about 10 minutes to do. It's not a big deal. But it gives you a 20-page report. 20 pages, all about you. Now, it doesn't have to, it's not perfect, but it does give you some insights. So it will, maybe you already know your Myers-Briggs. This particular example is an INFJ, okay? Their temperament is an NF, meaning it's like the middle 2 letters. This person is extroverted, because you can see it, you know. This I are you intuitive? Are you more want to sense things, right? Or your multiple intelligences. This tells you what you're good at. Intrapersonal means self, right? We'll go through all of this. You take this, you keep it. You don't have to share it with me, but you're going to bring the results to class next week. And I'll send you out an announcement as a reminder. Your learning styles. Are you auditory, visual, or kinesthetic? And hint, hint, everybody's a little bit of all 3 of those. Your brain hemispheres. I'm a left brainer. I am. I think before I feel. But other people are like, oh, wow, I shouldn't have said that. That means you're thinking after you felt something and it came out of your mouth. That means you're a feeler. It's fine. Just know this stuff about you. It helps, right? Your personal development, learning relationships, work, career matches, strengths. Save your report. You'll get a hyperlink, print it out, whatever. It's pretty intense. And it has like bar graphs and pie charts and stuff. It's really like this. It's so cool, right? I think that's great. This is, again, just for you. The point is if you're in college and you're just learning about other stuff, you've missed the point. In college, you're here to learn about stuff that applies to you, especially human development. Oh my God, right? All right, so we are at 11:45. I want to be mindful of your time. Here, if you need to go, you're welcome to go. The only thing I'm going to go over right now, in fact, I'm just going to close some tabs here. The only thing I'm going to go over here is the book. So again, back in modules, the second link I gave you, I'm going to shut this one down, make it smaller. Second link I gave you is Open Educational Resource, OER. Means free. The textbook is free and it's in here. So here's your link to the book. That's it. Click it once. You are welcome to look through it. You do not have to sign in. Somebody asked me that yesterday. I completely ignore this right here. This is for people who are editing the book, who are writing the book. Skip that part. You can PDF the whole book and print it out. The bookstore has a few copies. It's up to you. I have mine in a 3-ring binder, just in case. I like to have a little something in my hand sometimes. Okay. And so this is how the book is laid out. It matches the syllabus. It matches the modules. Again, remember 1, 2, and 3 is the first unit. Excuse me. Then we move into infants and toddlers. Then we move into early childhood, then middle childhood, and adolescence. In the back, there's ancillary materials like videos and whatnot, but I've also incorporated those into our module. Back matters like who wrote it and whatnot. So I will show you what chapter 1 looks like. I'm going to give you a hint. It's really short. It's really small. I mean, like suspiciously small. You're like, oh, that's it. Okay. So here's the intro. Now, I also created an intro in our first module, and we'll go over that next week, right? It's fantastic. It'd be great. Okay. So this is what we're learning in this particular chapter. Every chapter has an intro. Okay. This particular chapter has 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1 point summary. Okay. Always an intro, always a summary, right? So look, we only have 5 sections. I tell you, 1.1 is really small. That's it. So principles to keep in mind. Why do we even study child development, right? I'm not going to read it at you because we don't even have to do this until next week, but I want to show you what it looks like. So then you can go to the next one. Periods of development. These are the ages we talked about, right? Before birth, birth to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 11, 12 to teens. So it talks about each section, like in one paragraph. So short. So again, enjoy chapter 1 being really short because the rest of them kind of amp up a little bit. Here's now on 1.3, issues of development, right? Nature versus nurture. Are we talking about people or who they are because they were born a certain way, or are they who they are because of their environment? Does development happen like a rainbow, or does it happen in stair steps? Right? So are we actively developing, or passive development's happening to us? That is it for 1.3. Right? So when you take notes, you're just going to write a couple, like you're going to write a title here, nature versus nurture, maybe like 3 bullets. Oh, and like, did you see that? You can highlight. You can do anything you want to your own. You know, you can do all these different things. If you want to log in, make the annotations and log in. Do that stuff. Okay, for 1.4, research methods. A little bit longer, a little bit boring, but if we're studying humans, we have to figure out how we're studying. So you guys have already heard a lot of these things. So like an observation. We're doing an observation in this class. You've observed people, people have observed you. Experiments. You do experiments in science class. You can do experiments with humans. Case studies. We follow one person for an amount of time, right? Surveys. You can ask people surveys. That's one way to research your questions about humans, right? And then how long do we do that survey? Do we follow one kid for 20 years? Can. Cross-sectional. Are we looking at 1 year of people? So like right now in COVID, can we study, say 2020, and 2022, we're gonna talk about 2-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds. So we can see how COVID affects 2-year-olds, how COVID affects 6-year-olds, how COVID affects you. They could say 2-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 20-year-olds, right? So again, these are just research methods on how to collect this information. So it's a little bit longer, right? But it's better for your notes, right? Because you have these titles and you can do these bullets, blah, blah, blah. But here's the next one. The last one is a little bit longer because it's the theorists. Okay, what is a theory? Why do we have theories? And we talk about Freud. And we talk about Erikson. We talk about Pavlov, behaviorism, Watson, Skinner, things like that. Guess what? All this stuff is a lot to read. It's just only one section. But when we go back to our class in the modules, I will give you a sneak peek of module 1. I took the book and I outlined it and I added videos. So if you are a straight up reader, you can read the book. Great. If you like the rest of the stuff, great too. So I put the intro. I just copied the intro. I did the summary, right? I did copy the summary. I give you a link to the reading, but I also, so you can read all the book you can read it one section at a time. You can read it all at once. It's up to you. But also now we go into principles of development, like we follow the chapter. There are videos that are provided from the author, but I also made like a graphic. This is how I understand it, how to work. we talk about the 3 domains, but they kind of overlap a lot. Yeah. Right in the middle where they all overlap is a human being. Yeah. So again, there's PowerPoint. I gave you the PowerPoint in PDF. There's a video. I do it in every single format that I possibly can. Some people are going to like the videos, some people hate the videos. Some people love the PowerPoints, some people hate the PowerPoints, right? Periods of development, there's not a whole lot here, but this talks about the ages, right? There's a little video, right? Then, and sometimes the video overlaps too, because there's one video which will talk about all the sections. Sometimes yes, and sometimes it's separated. And then again, another video on issues in development, or what are we talking about? We're talking about how people, again, is it the rainbow? Is it the step stairs? Like, just depends, right? Same thing, research methods. She talks a lot about research methods. So here's the PDF and the PowerPoint. This last section, I threw in all the videos I possibly could. Yes, because Freud is kind of boring and out there to read, but here's a video, cute. I try to keep the videos under 5 minutes so you can watch them all real quick. So we have Freud, Erickson, behaviorism with Pavlov, behaviorism with John Watson, behaviorism with Skinner, social learning theory, Bandura. Bandura just died last year. It's interesting when we have theorists who are actually alive, because a lot of these people are gone already, but they're like, oh, Bandura. Piaget, cognitive development, he actually observed, he was the first person to sit and watch just children, 0 to 18. Lev Vygotsky, fantastic, and Bronfenbrenner. So we have 9 videos there at less than 5 minutes each. You can do the whole thing in an hour. So the whole chapter, just to sit and read every section, 5 sections, an hour and a half maybe. Yeah, you guys can do this. You guys can do this. Ugh. So there's a lot there. So that was just a sneak peek of chapter 1. We will go over it a little bit more in detail next week. But look at everything's laid out for you. This is, hey, August 30th says, hey, just read me. If you do it on the 31st, that's cool too. Or there's no 31st of August. Yeah, no 31st of August. If you do it the next day on the 1st of September, that's cool too, right? So then this is like the notes. Did I put that on Friday or Wednesday? I mean, Wednesday or Friday. Let me check. Do you guys want me to go through what these look like right now? Or do you want to do that next week? I can do it now, but we're like 10 minutes over.
What class is that?
This is 107. This is how to do an outline, how to do a discussion board, and how to do it. I'm going to do it really quick because I'll make a video for each one. You guys want an overview right now? Okay.
I think this looks different because this isn't this for child development 16473?
So 16473 and 16476 are the exact same class.
Oh, they're the same thing?
Exact same class. They don't look different. But what I'll do is, because we are over time, I'll do a separate video just for each one. And I'll post those in there. But again, these aren't even, we don't even have to talk about this till next week. I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek. Make sense? Okay, question.
I couldn't find that on my computer yesterday.
You will not see it right now. I do not give you access to chapter 1 until chapter 1 is available next week.
Oh, next week.
This week is just the prep, only prep, and then the book. But some people are like, oh, what do you mean notes? I need to like get that in my head already. So I'll do that. I'll do that later. And it doesn't need to come up until later. This is just, you guys just have to see this first 2 modules. That's it. You guys don't have to see all of them. I was just giving you a sneak peek. All right. So Brian had to go. Average page number for essays. Well, I only assign essays really maybe at the very end of the class and for the tests. We don't do massive essays in this class. This is not what this class is about. So I will answer that question as we move forward. But for today, we're good. Okay, we did the syllabus, we did Canvas, we kind of give you an overview of the book, and I would just kind of give you an overview of chapter 1, but we don't have to do any of that till next week. You won't see it. See how see these green dots right here? Means like I'm letting you see this one and this one. When I put it in student view, that's all you get to see. Watch this. 1 module, 2 modules. That's it. I was just giving you a sneak peek of chapter 1. I think it got confusing, so we're going to stop, and I will give a little videos on how to do notes and whatnot. And that's topic for next week. When I see you guys in class next week, we will go over it then. Good?
What would you like us to bring next week?
The secret of your success personality max report. And I'll email everybody that as a reminder too. Make sure you bring your personality report to class. Good question.
And also, I noticed that you saw my email this morning.
Yes, but still in class right now. So let me stop the recording and I can answer your question. But let me answer one more chat. Thank you for today. You're welcome, Erin. And so let me stop. So let's say class is over. I'll stop the recording.